Growth is fun, but it is a challenge, and you have to be ready for it because you cannot do it on your own.
We have a vision of being a leader in post-acute strategic partnerships. And so that means that we work with hospital systems across the nation to develop ancillary service line partnerships that are delivered in the home, whether it be home care, hospice, or any other home delivered products.
Your strategic plan will always be your guide. So start with that. And that's what we did. You put that on the board, you put it on a piece of paper, but you start again back at your foundation, which is strategically where are we headed. If you believe in your strategy, if you believe in where you're headed, the rest really is focused on how do I get there.
When you look at structure and does it meet the strategy, and do the people, are they aligned with the future? Sometimes I think it's very critical that we take names off of the positions and really look at the position itself. Then we're able to have a little bit higher requirements for the people, and then we plug the people back in and say, can they meet those goals? We were able to start seeing, okay, which goals are not being met? And we started then drilling down to, is this based on process? Is this based on leadership? And there was a mix of a lot of different things, but what we had found is that we had started to outgrow some of our processes and even outgrow some of our people. And we needed to start evaluating what it was gonna take for us to get to that next level, 5 years, 10 years down the road.
I exist today because of what they did with Structure Follows Strategy. And they talked about the growth of the company, they talked about the direction, and the entire leadership team came back and said, the way we're going to evolve, we need to invest in additional resources. So when I stepped in, I already stepped into a great culture. They had already made that investment in the doc model, they had made the investment in strategic planning, and they had made the investment that we're going to follow, Structure Follows Strategy. So when I stepped in, they had a good head start, but we turned it more into something that was routine and regular and really kept our focus to say, are we okay? Are we aligned? And if so, that's great. But there's a couple of us that really kind of lead that charge to make sure that we're focused on it.
I think the benefits of really becoming more specialized and building your structure to meet that strategy is truly better work performance. We started really taking our structure and following the strategy when we started seeing that we weren't meeting the benchmarks of even our top competitors. What we've seen is within about a 3 to 6 month period of time, when we started specializing those positions, we started seeing goals that were not only met, but they were exceeding any expectations. And these were just fine tweaks. They were not, large changes. It was just getting someone focused on an end goal and allowing them to stay focused on it and not get pulled away to special projects. It was a true, I believe, commitment from a leadership perspective to keeping people focused. Even if that meant adding a few more resources, what we've seen is the return on investment exceeded, the additional dollars that we were spending.
You ask questions about your processes. You ask questions about how you're organized. You ask questions about your people and their depth and breadth. More importantly, how do you help them grow to continue to succeed and grow with the business? So I would say you take a gut check of everything that you do, how you're doing business, and how do I do it better?
Should I invest the time to have my structure follow my strategy? It's a lot of extra time. It's a lot of, sitting in your office, working together, coming out to Aileron and, spending time in the dream room or in the president's rooms and, really working off the whiteboards. Is it worth it or is it not? I would ask the question, how can you not do it? If you have a strategy that's preparing for the future, if you don't align your structure, what's going to end up happening most likely is you're going to meet your goals of your strategy and you're not going to have the people and processes to manage that process in the future. And what ends up happening is you built your foundation on sand. And you need to build that foundation on strong people and strong processes. And if you're able to do that, my question would be back to every CEO and every executive is, how are you not aligning your structure with your strategy once you've firmly created that strategy and you feel confident in it?
It all comes back to your vision and mission. If they align there, it's really your gut check that you're moving in the right direction and your foundation solid.